got a young Daniel here before we speak to Steve. Obviously, awful game today. Mickey van der Ven put on toast. Looked like an ice skater today. Torval and Dean settings, but it was a really.
Let's not make these jokes about one of the best center backs in the Premier League in the world this season. Let's not make
the world.
No, because that's what. There's no way you disagree with that. He's top five in the Prem easily. Top five in the Prem easily.
You're overcooking this, Dan.
He's not top five in the Prem. He's not top five in the Prem.
No.
I can name 5 centre backs.
No, Dan, you have to criticize something. This isn't just this is the first time you've gotten battered away from home, by the way. Fulham did this to you.
No, just listen to my point. Listen to my point.
Let him talk, please. Let him talk.
Saying stuff like, oh, he's been put on toast is bad for his confidence. And our fan base, a lot of people from our fan base are doing it. It's just one game. One game. He's been amazing all season. Just one game. Just one game. Can we please give him a break? For God's sake, man.
He's probably not watching, so don't worry about his confidence. I don't think he'll be watching right this
second. No, but it transfers through social media. He's going to get messages through Instagram now, and it gets to the players.
But Daniel, can I say something to you about that? Right? What's Mickey van der Ven's confidence got to do with me? I don't want him to have good confidence.
I'm talking about.
He's not a Man United defender. He's not a Man
making those jokes as well. Tottenham fans are
making those jokes. Spurs fans making jokes about their own players is weird. I totally agree with you. But he did get rinsed today. Basuma got absolutely destroyed again in the midfield. What do you think went wrong?
Everything. What went right is the question, Terry. Basuma, people have figured out how to play against him, how to take him out of games. If you put someone on him, you don't allow him to get the space to turn and break the line, he can do absolutely nothing for you. And we have to adjust. Either we get a better DM that can deal with that pressure, or I don't know what it is. The problem is that you look at the bench and you look at who are we going to replace for Basuma, and the player you see is Højbjerg. There was about like 3 times in this game where he tried to play a ball over the top and it went out for a goal kick. I'm lost absolute patience with this guy. When it comes to up front, when we've got Timo Werner as our striker, it's an absolute disgrace. The guy cannot finish to save his life. Yes, he's a good footballer overall, but the funny thing is, I criticize Erling Haaland for not having overall play. Please. If you mix Erling Haaland and Timo Werner, you would make an excellent striker, because Timo Werner has amazing build-up play and he's good on the ball. But when he's in front of goal, the guy does not. Steve, come on, you know Timo Werner.
Say that about Jesus at Arsenal.
Yeah, it's true. I agree with that. Jesus, that what you're saying is true. Jesus also knows the same exact situation. But at the end of the day, when you have an attacker that can attack, if we sign this guy permanently, next season, I will not be watching Tottenham week in, week out. If we sign Timo Werner permanently, I will not be watching Tottenham week in, week out. I will tune in a couple games, but I'll stop, because there's no way that we can see this guy's performances and go, yeah, let's sign Timo Werner. I will lose absolutely all faith with this club if that happens. So,
will you lose? Can I ask you a question? Because I know that like a lot of Spurs fans, including yourself, have been heavily critical of Brennan Johnson. You've got obviously Timo Werner has come in. People are heavily critical. Your manager wanted these players, right? These are like your manager's signings. Like, are you criticizing Ange because he is cool? He's gone and got these players. It's on Ange, right, as well.
When it comes to player ID, every manager's not going to get every single player right. We've even seen Pep Guardiola get a couple players wrong. So he's gotten some amazing gems in Mickey van der Ven. He's signed amazing players like Vicario, and those have worked out. But there's other ones that just don't work out. And every manager's not gonna have a 100% ratio of talent ID. He's got very good talent ID, but it's not gonna be 100%. When it comes to Timo Werner, though, I saw Timo Werner's transfer as a quick problem to a situation where we'd get him on a loan until the end of the season. He'll play okay on the wing. We needed a winger, and we're desperate need of a winger. So I was like, okay, bring him in just until the end of the season. It's a little loan. If it doesn't work, send him back. If it works out and he ends up being a good player, we buy him. It hasn't worked out. That's what I'm saying. It hasn't worked out. So now we send him back to Germany. But the fact that I can already tell you what's going to happen, Terry, because this club are PR geniuses. When you get the interviews of people asking Timo Werner, how you find your time at Tottenham? And he goes, I love it. I wouldn't mind staying here. I would love it to stay here at Tottenham forever. And you see all the players going around like, I love Timo. His energy in the training room is amazing. I would love for Tottenham to sign him permanently. When players from our club are saying that, you know that it's a PR stunt. And they're getting the fans ready to sign Timo Werner. I'm telling you right now, this is what's going to end up happening. If that happens, it's a disgrace. But off the loan, I don't think the loan was a terrible deal. I think we needed a winger. He's fast. He's pacey. He brings something to the team. He's just not good enough to stay after the season at Tottenham Hotspur Football Club.
Yeah, I will say, I want to call you out, young Daniel. You know, I've got a lot of time for you, but you're really not helping his confidence when he sees this. It's not going to help him. With you saying this, you know, you're not going to make him a better player by talking this way. You know,
it's different. It's different, Terry. Because
it's different.
Mickey Van de Ven has a future in football.
Dan,
I genuinely think he can become one of the best centre backs in the world.
Dan, also. It's funny how you and Steve, the two Americans, felt. I was also being sarcastic. It doesn't need a response, but yeah, the two Americans thought it's serious. I don't think Americans hear sarcasm like English people. That's not a dig. That's just how we are.
No, very true. And I'm on the spectrum. I'm on the spectrum too, so it's already hard to do sarcasm. But yeah,
Wait, we're all on that spectrum, bruv. We're all on that spectrum. I promise you that. I'm going to go to Steve, and then I'm going to go to super chats, and obviously a lot of them are about Tottenham, so we'll be getting Spurs fans' opinions. Steve, you must have been so proud though of Newcastle's performance today, mate.
Yeah, I did the match preview with Alan on his channel, and I thought we were gonna lose, and I was looking at, okay, well, let's consider if we won, and I said, and I remember saying it, Udogie, I like him a lot. Udinese last year at the wing back position, if he made a mistake, they had a back three that were able to cover for a lot of the mistakes. Midfield as well did a good job. So, but the problem is that when you play with that high line, you have less support next to you, behind you, and to the side of you. So you have three different areas. Because, right, if you play 4-3-3 and you play at the high line, it's just someone next to you. So that's the thing with Udogie on the first goal. This is the first goal. He got caught out in a 50-50, and then it was a very, very good finish. That was I forget if Isak. Gordon scored the second one. Gordon scored, so it was the Isak finish. Look, this is also why I've been saying for the whole season, like the injuries thing, I hear it, but at the same time, can we do a little bit better? That's why I've been, critical of Eddie Howe and whatnot, because look at our back four. Look at our back four and goalkeeper. I said it on one of my group chats that, like, if Spurs don't score against our back four of Dubravka, who is terrible, he's either terrible or brilliant. You can't score against Emil Kraft. Fabian Schär, fine. But Dan Burn at left back and freaking Emil, like that back four, very, very, that is not our back four by any means. I'm sorry, but if Tottenham can't score against that back four, it might be time to move away from North London, bro. You might need a rebrand. You might need to. Football might not just be Tottenham's thing. I'm sorry.
Matt, I don't know. Matt, I don't know why you're laughing. You know a lot about moves.
You cannot score against our back four and our goalkeeper, then maybe football is just not for Tottenham Hotspur. I'm sorry. And you know what? That goes on Levy and that goes on players. And it's bro. Yeah. This is why I never say the injury thing as the main excuse as to why, because you can always do better. What we did today was we were comfortable, fully comfortable, just like Atalanta were against Liverpool on Thursday, with not having a lot of the ball. 30-70, 35-65, that kind of thing. It was to press up high, win 50-50s, and just be competitive. Be competitive and don't allow them anything easy.
Yeah. What I thought, Steve, was really interesting is as soon as your first goal went in,
we went for the kill.
You guys did, and the fight dropped out of Spurs. It was almost coward. I mean, the fact that they've got a chicken on their badge is just ironic in this regard. It was crazy. You said, "Come on!" You said something a minute ago, Dan. When Steve was talking about Udogie, you said something under your breath, and I want to know what you said.
He's world class.
No, he's not. Please.
Sorry.
Udogie's world class. Explain that to us, please.
I think he is world class. I think he gets into the world 11 at left back.
Okay.
Why? I swear, I thought
everything that, please.
Because I see people combine 11 and Udogie's at left back. Then when I say I think he's the best left back. I think he's one of the top 2 easily best left backs in the world.
Okay, but why?
What do you mean why? Because of the quality I've seen him play with. He's amazing going forward. His dribbling is amazing. The way that he has got that ability to brush off defenders, get off of me. The way he just gets past, he glides past footballers. His defending is amazing as well. That's a question a lot of people had for him, being a left wing back coming into a back four. He's been able to answer that question amazingly, defending amazingly this season through that left side. A lot of the chances that we've conceded, most of them haven't been through that left side. Most of them have been through the other side. So Udogie this season has been, and if you look at, I think overall, one of the reasons why I say left back, he's a world class is because how I define world class is best player in that position.
Okay.
The world is lacking in like amazing left backs. So in my opinion, he's easily into the top 2 best left backs in the world, and that's why I think he's world class.
So Dan, I want to ask you some questions here. Is he better than Estepinian?
I think he is, yeah.
Okay. Better than DeMarco?
Yeah.
God, no.
Better than Nuno Mendes?
Yeah.
You don't watch him enough, Dan. You don't watch.
Yeah. To be fair, I don't watch them.
Steve, let me just do this with Dan, but I want to get Dan's opinions on this. Alex Grimaldo?
That one's like on par with, but I'm saying he's at that peak.
I'm just asking you. Okay, is he better than Mendy at Real Madrid?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Do you think he's better than Theo Hernandez?
The thing, wasn't Theo Hernandez early in the season injured? So he's been injured. I'm pretty sure Theo Hernandez has been injured for a while now. That's why I wouldn't say no. Maybe I'm confusing with someone else.
Okay, you've also got Alphonso Davies. You think he's better than Alphonso Davies?
That's who it was. Alphonso Davies has been injured for a while now, and he hasn't even been performing well for. If you watch, I watch a lot of Bundesliga. If you watch Bayern Munich, Alphonso Davies has been poor this season. He's been very poor this season.
Yeah, I mean the whole team has. I mean the whole team has been poor, but having a poor season because the club's having a poor season doesn't suddenly make like Udogie better than Alphonso Davies. The problem that you've got there, I wouldn't even say right now. Like you think he's better than Andy Robertson?
Yeah, but Andy Robertson has been injured for a while, so that's another one that
being injured for like a few months in a season doesn't make Udogie better than them, bro. That's weird.
That's what I'm talking about. This season, he's in the World 11 and at left back. So those players have been injured, so you can't take them to account for this season being in the World 11. I still think Udogie offers more than Andy Robertson.
Hang on a minute, right? Harry Kane, world class, right?
Yeah.
If he spent 6 months out injured, and you had to pick a World 11 at the end of the season, you tell me you still bring Harry Kane, wouldn't you?
Oh, but he still offered the numbers, even though he was injured for a long period of time. He still put the numbers.
You would still bring it like Dan. Saying that Udogie is the top 2 left backs in world football, I think it's a big stretch, bro.
I genuinely believe that, and I think that he will be, or not even arguably number 1 in a couple years. In a couple years, everybody will be like, "This guy is clear of everybody else."
He won't be at Spurs.
No, yeah. You won't be saying it, Dan, because he'll be gone from Spurs. I want to go to somebody's super chat.